whore. Don't do this.
Clip! You fool!
Today we're feeling wet, wild, and thirsty, just like Britani Bateman, and petty, just like Hayley Williams. It's the best of both worlds, saddies. Let's get into it. Hey, I'm Monique.
And I'm a unicorn with Jared's voice.
Yuck. Get away.
Did you have an idea for a name?
Yes. I'm Stacy's Wet and Wavy.
And I'm a giant cucumber.
All right, let's get into it. Real Housewives of Potomac. So the women were in two different parts of the world in one episode. First, we started with the pre-Preakness. No, pre-Preakness.
It was pre-Preakness.
Oh, yeah, because they were still on the Sprinter
There was
van.
no post-Preakness.
Post-Preakness was the vacation.
Valid, but like then the whole year is post-Preakness.
So yeah, the women were on the Sprinter van. Shade was thrown between Stacy and Kay. I am getting very irritated at the bullying with Stacy. Like the way that Kay was like, "Don't touch me," when she was brushing her hair. It's just grinding my gears. I don't think you should really go that hard on one woman for an entire season.
I think the fact that she seems to be a little more aligned with Wendy is clouding my vision a little bit. And I think it may be clouding all of our vision because
yeah,
we should not be standing up for Stacey right now, in my opinion.
Why?
Because
I felt so bad for her throughout this whole episode, even when they're in Nevis.
I feel like if you do a whole entire fake boyfriend and lie about it and get busted.
It's happened. It's happened
and I think we weren't hard enough on the other
shows.
people. I think we were not hard enough on Kenya. We were not hard enough on who else has done it?
I'm pretty sure Brie, what's her name? From Real Housewives of New York had like...
No idea.
the one that's
Bryn?
not on there. Bryn, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm sure Sonia Morgan's had a few fake.
I don't think Sonia Morgan has had to fake anything.
Except for sobriety. Anyway, So when the girls are at the Preakness, they are seemingly just contentious throughout the whole time. Jazzy's fighting with Kay, Wendy and Kay. Oh, maybe it's not the girls, just Kay and
yeah, it kind of seems like
Kay
it's
hating as usual.
I think Kay's got a lot of like, because even like there was Tia versus Ashley, which was that was I think the only the primary non-Kay issue, and even that turned out to be pretty short-lived. I mean, I thought Tia handled it pretty masterfully with her, with the deflection of, I'm not going to do the accent.
What? It's a British accent. You're allowed,
it still feels problematic.
She was just able to diffuse that so well, though. Just talking about how Ashley didn't invite her when she was clearly in front of Giselle and Wendy. Ashley invited her to her house, and she said under her breath, like, "Oh, that was rude," or
which it was,
tongue-in-cheekly.
Yeah, I mean, it's a little rude. I don't think it was.
Ashley knew Tia was right there.
Yeah, the audacity of Ashley to try to get angry about that was crazy. But like the fact that she just turned it into, oh, Giselle said you love me, and not even a bum pinch.
Pinch me bum.
Yeah,
a bum pinch. Yeah. So Kay also got into it with Wendy and Jazzy out when they were actually watching the races, and that just everything.
Speaking of Wendy and the fact that she just like totally took her beef with Kay and kind of laid it up into pitting Jazzy and Kay against each other, I thought was pretty stunning. I think it's just that's another notch for her as an all-star housewife, because on top of everything, what do you mean she allegedly did fraud and we just don't care? At least maybe I'm wrong, but I do not give a shit.
I don't.
Yeah. Everyone's fine with it. I mean, obviously, whatever. The law isn't, and I get it, but I don't think it should diminish your housewife standing.
At all. I personally love that also at the end of the arguments, Kay didn't want Jazzy to be invited to Nevis, but she obviously does come on the trip. But for anyone that doesn't know what a WAG is, because that's what Angel just introduced herself as to Jazzy, which is just odd to me in general, but It's an acronym used to refer to wives and girlfriends of high-profile sportsmen and women.
Yeah, I don't get it on the basis of like how do I say this? I assume they're both married, right?
Jazzy, I don't know. Jazzy's preparing for her wedding. She's not married yet.
Okay.
But she's a
Then
girlfriend.
for me on that basis. But.
All right. It's like, okay, I don't really care if you're...
No.
But maybe it's because I'm not a wag.
I mean, I just can't think of any instance where I immediately introduce myself as like a
wife of a sales director.
Great. But I don't think of any conversation, even really work conversations, where I roll in and I'm like, what's up? I'm a sales director. How you doing? Yeah, we're getting tech. Like, what are we doing?
Yeah, it was odd. So fast forward to the even more odd things we find out about Angel on this trip. We head to Nevis with the woman, and I feel like they're bullying Stacey a little too much. I don't like bullies. And Stacey not getting an embroidered robe, a makeup bag, letter, even like, and she could even have, Giselle could have just been like, XOXO Giselle, like nothing.
Yep.
Just a blank paper. It was too much for me.
Yeah, and it's not like she didn't know Stacey was coming or anything. Like, she's already done a season with her, and she's like, oh, I don't know who you are. Like that's where I say it's explicitly bullying. Yes. I kind of felt like, I think, like, how do I say it? Bullying doesn't require this, but for me, at least, to care as it relates to Stacey, who I think has dropped the ball so badly. I think like what happened on the sprinter or whatever. I'm like, whatever. This is so premeditated.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like this requires planning and so much intention. Like there's no heat of the moment to this. Where I'm like, all right, I feel like Kay is already someone who's a little bit dysregulated.
But
so
because of Giselle's actions towards Stacey, she allows the other women to feel comfortable treating Stacey in that manner. That's my overall problem. So the girls kind of like group think and all just bully her. It's not like, I don't think Kay would treat Stacey like that if Giselle was buddy-buddy with her. Or the majority of the women.
Kay was treating her bad before all that.
No, Giselle and Stacey have never gotten along. It's very odd.
Have Stacey and Kay ever gotten along?
I don't know who Kay is.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow.
I feel like they just never really spoke last season. I don't know. But anyway, so in Nevis,
also you did some bullying of Stacey when they were at the Preakness, and then you heard Wendy's question for her, something about balls, and you said she can't twerk, she doesn't suck balls. No wonder she can't keep a man.
So what? That was in the comfort of our home.
I can take that out.
No, okay. So in Nevis itself, I feel like nothing really popped off until dinner. And that's where Giselle, being Giselle, messy Giselle, brings up how Angel didn't really look like anything from her pictures. And then Angel didn't have the same energy that she had when Wendy was just like, hey, you said that chin check was a big deal, and now it's not.
I didn't initially register all that, nor did I initially particularly, I guess, care that much. Like I was like, oh yeah, that looks really different. Whatever, people do that with their photos. I mean, I don't know what to do. Like, what do you do? But in the context of her reaction to Wendy, as Wendy pointed it out, suddenly I'm locked in. Yeah,
and I got so locked in. Actually, when I woke up this morning, I decided to go look at Angel's socials to find those pictures. And they're not on her socials anymore. But then it led me down a rabbit hole to try to find pictures of Angel to see if maybe, sometimes when you get pregnant, like your nose changes, obviously your weight changes. So I wanted to be on Angel's side. I did not know about
the nose, actually.
Yes, your nose can change if you're pregnant. And so I was like, you know what? I'm going to give her the benefit of the doubt, like figure this out. And I found a website that her husband and her, well, it might have just been her, that she made back before, I think it was like 2018. It was called Angel Era. She looked very different depending on like if she was making a video or a picture. So she obviously was editing her photos. And I just thought it was generally weird that she got so up in arms about editing pictures because, yeah, to your point, everybody does it. And She was 100% doing it.
She was I just thought it was weird. She was extra mad at Wendy.
Extra.
And Wendy rightfully pointed out, like, hey, Giselle basically says you're like lying about your photos and all this stuff, and you have a way different attitude towards her than you have towards me.
Like, why come for Dr. Wendy in this way? I have no idea. Well, I do know why.
It's because she works for Kay.
Yeah.
she's employed by Kay at this point. It's pretty crazy.
Actually, I feel like it's unfortunate for her too. In her first season, you really should not be bound to alliances in the way that she is, and it's going to give her an unfair disadvantage throughout this entire time.
Not only should you not, I feel like it's the norm not to. I feel like the standard is whoever brings you in, you're going to have beef with at some point. Like, I feel like that's how it tends to go. Not to mention the whole beef with Angel and Wendy being the fact that, like, they allegedly went to the same school, yada, yada, yada. First of all, why ever say that? Why ever bring that up? I want this to be a message for all future Bravo stars, and especially Real Housewives. Stop saying what you have in common with housewives who aren't the ones who brought you onto the show. Specifically things like, I went to the same school as this person. I used to work with this person, yada, 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 because it is just an invite for shade. All they have to do is say, I don't remember that. That's all they have to do. I don't know her. I don't remember seeing her there.
And they might not even mean it maniacally, and it always comes off that way too.
Yeah. It's just stop doing it. It's such an opening for immediate shade. But sorry, back to the original thing. I'm stuck on the fact that I think it is the norm. Maybe we could, quantify this at some point. But I think it is the norm. If someone brings you in, you are destined to have beef with that person, if not the same season, by the next one.
Oh, no, you're so right. Like Bronwyn and Lisa right now.
Yeah, Bronwyn and Lisa are on friendship-ending beef at this point, and have been.
Good segue.
Yeah, I guess, hey, let's jump into Salt Lake.
Let's get into it.
Let's see what those heavy metals are doing.
So
to
these
those
ladies also, we see them in two separate parts of the world.
Love a crossover episode. Also, sorry, speaking of crossover, we got Chef Ben and Daisy both on one boat.
I know. We don't watch Below Deck Down Under. Is it the first season they're together, you think? I
honestly have no idea, but I've seen enough of Sailing Out to know Daisy. I've seen enough of Vanilla Below Deck to know Chef Ben.
I know. I can't wait. So now we're just going to watch Below Deck.
Yeah. And also, what a boat. They have a chef and a sous chef.
Such a gorgeous boat.
I'm honestly sold. I think this might be the new big one.
And the intro itself gave me chills. This is even better than like when they introduce a new show like Southern Hospitality and Vanderpump Rules.
This was much better because I think we are going to get a full episode from the other side. I could be wrong, but I thought that was great.
And we get 2 for Real Housewives of Salt Lake City with them on that yacht.
That I don't think. I mean, I guess we'll take the odds here. Do you think those housewives are going to get 2 episodes of Below Deck, or do you think it's going to be like 1?
1.5.
I think 1.5. I think 2 is just not. It's not.
They deserve it. I mean, we've seen that guests have 2.
That's true.
And a lot happened.
A lot did happen. That's honestly true. Yeah, they had the seasickness. I mean, whatever. We'll get into it.
And this episode's not even done.
That's crazy.
All right. So, the episode's done, obviously, but they still have more time on the boat. So the first thing I noticed was Mary goes to the airport in 6-inch platform heels, which I know you don't know is actually you probably do know how crazy that would be. Yeah. And she had 3 suitcases. That was just queen shit, in my opinion.
Yeah, I thought it was criminal that she had to carry her own bags.
Oh, yeah, same, 100%.
I thought production should have stepped in. I thought Mitch should have been on her preference sheet. I don't know. Stepped in. Andy himself should have jumped in. Also, just getting a couple things like knocked out from the beginning. I just want to be crystal clear. I do not give a shit about the Bronwyn allegations. It's stuff she did well before she was rich. It does not indicate a pattern the way it does with Lisa, whereas like all of Lisa's lawsuits are within the realm of being fairly recent and quite numerous. And to me, it suggests there's a pattern that she is someone who does not pay until you sue her, which, by the way, we don't know this for a fact, but the gist seems to be many people suspect that a lot of these quote unquote dismissed cases were just ones where they settled and thus the case was dismissed. So again, it seems like she'll owe people money, doesn't pay until you bring her to court. Then she goes, oh, I guess I'll pay them now. Not to mention the case is sealed, so there's really just not a lot to go off of. But these would, and again, I'm not a lawyer. No one's accusing me of being a lawyer. But these seem like they would be criminal charges. And there seems to be no evidence that she was convicted in any way. As she said, there's no mugshot. I mean, people behaving like this is the same as Lisa's legal issues really need to learn a thing or two about class solidarity, in my opinion. Unless maybe it does count as class solidarity because Lisa doesn't have multiple Amex Black cards.
Oh my gosh.
So maybe she's poor like the rest of us. Yeah.
Well,
she spends all her money on trying to make her lawyers go the distance on every time someone looks at her funny. Yeah, that probably adds up.
Or even says something funny on TikTok, apparently.
Apparently, yeah, that's a whole other thing that she's. I'm sure you all have seen this, or I hope you have. There's a TikTok going around now. I should tag this person or give their handle.
Description, yeah.
But she's pointing out that Lisa was paying in cash at the boutique an episode ago, and you know how odd that was, et cetera, and essentially tries to use it to give a little bit of credence to maybe like this Amex issue, all this other stuff. And Lisa is up in the comments. I saw this video when it was at just barely 1,000 likes. I do think we may have talked about this last episode. And Lisa's all up in the comments. She's not tagged in there. She's not hashtagged in there. There's no direct mention like in writing in the description of this post, which means Lisa is hunting in these comments for stuff. And she's threatening to sue this girl. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's just at Lauren M. Berkey, Berki. So
go follow her, because if Lisa's legal team is any indication, or her behavior is any indication, they may be trying to go the distance, even though the distance is probably about 3 inches.
You're next, Derek.
I know. Come on, Lisa. Let's do it.
So
let's
the
dance.
I don't know if you want that smoke. And just if you're listening, Lisa,
she's at the distance with her husband, trying to get her man back.
Lisa, if you're listening, we're 2 separate people. So just remember that.
Shared bank account, though. Whatever she does to me, she does to you.
Dang it. So I totally agree with Bronwyn coming late to the trip. Why would you want to sit on a flight, even if it's first class, with women who most likely are assuming things about you and feeling sus about you and blah, blah, blah. Like, it was smart of her for her self-help, self-care to not go on the same flight with her.
I mean, if you get in a fight and it goes extra, extra bad, like, that's a ticket to the no-fly list. I think not only did she do a nice thing for herself, I think she actually did the other ladies a favor.
Yeah, for sure. It would. I feel like there would be like tension in the air and blah, 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 blah. So thank you, Bronwyn, for being intelligent, as you always are. And I also love that she rewears outfits. Like, they showed that she wore that same yellow outfit in 2023 on her Instagram.
I will never understand people who don't rewear outfits.
I know.
Like, that is like fast fashion on steroids.
You know, I used to be like that, but like seeing Bronwyn rewear such an iconic statement piece makes me know you can rewear iconic statement pieces. It's okay.
Honestly,
it's okay, everyone.
Not enough. I truly believe 9 times out of 9, if you have a statement piece, I don't care where you wore it, unless it's like the red carpet of the Oscars or the Met Gala or something like that. Any other scenario, like, factually, not enough people saw it. Like, if you spent money on this thing, it's a statement piece to you, and you wear it to one event, again, unless it is a major nationally televised, tons of photographers thing. I don't even care if it's on a Bravo show or a huge reality TV show. Rewear the outfit, not enough people saw it.
Yeah, they will never make me hate Bronwyn.
It warrants
especially
seconds.
Because of that.
Yeah, especially serving rubber duck. Why not do it twice?
I don't know if it... All right, we'll
I mean, it's technically like a floaty or a lifesaver, but whatever.
So also, when Bronwyn does finally arrive, they... I did not appreciate them being like, why do you even care if it's not true, Bronwyn? Especially after we saw what Lisa did when Heather purported she did was not true. Anyway.
Yeah, no, I absolutely, like, what are we talking about? That to me was crazy.
She explained it so well. She said the rumors affect her husband and her daughter, and Brittany was just like, interesting. Like, boy, crazy Brittany,
Brittany would find it interesting that Bronwyn cares about her daughter. Yes.
Oh, exactly.
Quote unquote. Like, yeah, the whole why does this bother you was absolutely insane.
Like, you women are asking this question?
Also, just
when she's handling it so well, she was so even keeled talking about it. Like,
the fact that no one called her, I think, speaks to...
Except for Mary.
Yeah, except for Mary. I think speaks to her being on the outs with these women, or there being some type of weird jealousy or beef issue. And I thought it was actually quite refreshing to see Heather and Whitney actually come to her side, because I was like screaming at the television, like, Lisa doth protest way too much. Like, she's being so extremely suspicious. I'll spare those of you listening, either you haven't seen the show and that'll be explained in detail by Heather and Whitney, or you did see the show. Also, if you didn't see the show, what are we doing here? But you know, my lawsuits got leaked, but nobody would do that to you, and certainly not in retaliation, was a great line by Heather.
And I, unfortunately, you know, I stand by Lisa still for whatever reason, but the way that she deflects things is not of Tia's nature. It's not eloquent. It's not iconic. I do feel she lacks like the emotional intelligence that a woman like Tia could be able to deflect things. And most of the women actually on the Real Housewives saw like City Cast, where she just
The fact that she rage quit as soon as even a little heat barely fell on her was crazy. But again, to your point about emotional intelligence, like, actually, also to your point about still supporting Lisa, I feel like if that's how much you support Lisa in spite of all of this, I feel like I could be like a way worse husband.
No, I always support women, not men.
Sorry, you're right.
But I do think like Lisa in her head, okay, so I'm going to say something that I hate that I'm saying, but it's very Trumpy, the way that she's
definitely MAGA.
I know, but the way she handles and deflects away from things is very like, look over there. And I think Heather made a really good point that made me think, yeah, okay, maybe Lisa did do what they're saying, because they're not talking about her lawsuits anymore now that they're talking about Bronwyn. Yeah. And the way that she handled everything at that dinner table was very Trumpy as well. Like, Meredith, if you didn't stick up for me, you need to apologize right now.
Yeah, she immediately, like, her MO is I'm boss lady. Like, I truly don't think she understands how to talk to people in a friendship setting, because she immediately was like,
"You're lucky I even hang out with any of you."
Yeah. Like, for a group that ostracized Monica for leaking rumors and digging up dirt, it's crazy that Lisa would so brazenly and obviously be collecting this info. And I don't even think she's necessarily doing this like. I don't think she's necessarily doing it to engage with the press. I think she's probably gathering this information regularly, so she has ammo, probably leverages her lawyers to do that.
And honestly, I feel like there are bloggers that probably reach out to her. And again, because Lisa does not have the emotional intelligence or intelligence a lot of the other women have, maybe she is a little more loose-lipped with them. And she's not necessarily like proactively leaking. And she's not proactively seeking, but she does have information that she might be sharing.
I'm on some, there'd be nothing for her to share if she didn't know something here, right? Like, if a reporter comes to her and is like, oh, there's these lawsuits, what do you know? The only appropriate answer is nothing. If she knows anything, that stuff is so wrapped up, she had to have involved her lawyers, in my opinion, to be able to contribute to that. I think your point about both emotional intelligence and actual intelligence really sticks out to me, because again, after what happened to Monica, my opinion is if Lisa's allowed on the show next season, bring Monica back, because at this point it's the same damn thing. I mean, I don't think Lisa. I'm fully 180'd on Lisa as well. Get her off my TV. I'm over it. I'm actually tired of it.
She's such good TV.
I don't think she is anymore. But
she is. Oh, are you kidding me? We haven't even gotten to the best part. So. Yeah, we're still technically at lunch, where Bronwyn and Lisa are arguing about Lisa not leaking things, even though she's assuming, everyone at the table is assuming that Bronwyn means Lisa is the leak about this information that is upsetting both her husband and her daughter. And Bronwyn and Lisa just keep saying, like, Bronwyn, I never dug up on anything or Bronwyn, you dug up things on me. I've never dug up anything on you.
She read the newspaper.
Yeah, that's the difference with what came out, quote unquote, about Bronwyn and what is out about Lisa. Like, it was in reliable publications. What has come out about Bronwyn is just, all they keep referencing, especially the Bravo producers, is a screenshot from an Instagram account and the U.S. Sun.
Tell them.
So there's nothing to dig up. Like, if you see things about Bronwyn, it's most likely because you had to dig it up. Because who's reading The Sun and a random Instagram page is your source of news. Yeah. So anyway, we get to the women doing daytime activities. They're obviously wasted. Heather even comes clean about boinking, or I don't know if it was a boink. It might have been like a makeout, but Captain Jason.
Yeah.
And that's news to me. So he's the only person that I think is verified that he's also hooked up with in the Bravo universe is Adriana from Real Housewives of Miami.
He has a type. I just can't quite figure out what it is.
A lot of other women have tried, but those are the only two confirmed now. So scandalous. And Brittany wants that D, but
oh my God, Brittany needs some water. It's truly crazy. Also,
parched.
Actually, the fact that Brittany needs Captain Jason to flirt with her rather than
allegedly, she said she doesn't do it with men, but then she did with Joao. Later in the episode.
I think it seems like she'll flirt with men she doesn't want. And she won't flirt with the men she does want.
Don't know.
By the way, Brittany, this is why you're with a Jared.
Why?
Because you're waiting for them to flirt with you, the ones you actually want.
A Jared. Oh, I thought you were saying the name.
No. That's why she's with Jared the unicorn.
He seems to really care about her.
Oh, sure. Also, I felt horrible for poor seasick Angie. And I honestly, again, another strike for Lisa, making fun of Angie just getting sick. Like, this is really your downfall era, Lisa. None of this is a good look for you.
And making fun of her never being on a yacht because obviously, this rich bitch doesn't need to be on a yacht. She gets seasick.
Yeah, can't imagine why. It's like some people are not sea people. Some people aren't for the water.
Yeah, so let's move on to, I guess, fast forward to Meredith and Heather and Whitney talking secretly in that room.
Yeah, I think we can kind of almost speed run that. Like, hey, like Angie and Whitney, sorry, not Angie and Whitney. Whitney and Heather. Sorry. Yeah, Whitney and Heather basically just start going through the evidence that not the evidence, but the circumstantial evidence that suggests that like Lisa might be involved in this.
And then they bring Meredith in, and Meredith uses her lawyer talk. What I thought was interesting is when we fast forward to dinner, Heather thought Meredith was going to stand by her side.
Yeah,
but Meredith was pretty much like, she's like, no, she's not guilty until proven guilty.
Yeah.
And
well, I mean, talk about evidence. The fact that Lisa immediately resorts to shouting and crying the minute it starts.
I'm going to be on her side.
Are you serious?
Okay, so imagine you're at a dinner with your pals, minus like maybe one person who doesn't like you, Whitney. And one of your best pals, who you've come a long way with, is like, tell her that you're the one.
Not how she started.
Okay, but it escalated.
She started with it escalated because Lisa escalates. Lisa has no de-escalation button. You know?
See, these women were day drinking, and I do feel that Heather escalated the situation, and a lot of them have been on Lisa's jock for the last few episodes.
When I say escalate, I mean no one was yelling. At least not within the context of that conversation at all until Lisa started. Lisa went straight to a 10. Now you ask me how I would feel. Something like that ever happens to me, especially the way Heather said it. You know what my first instinct is? A light laugh, maybe like a no.
But it was like point after point where Heather kept saying, it felt like a coordinated attack, honestly. And it was because Heather and Whitney tried to get Meredith on their side. So it was, you have to admit it was a coordinated attack.
I can only fathom going to where Lisa went as fast as she went if I was guilty and was anticipating.
If one of your besties is siding with one of your enemies, your only enemy really at that table, Whitney, and trying to also pull in Meredith, who's sitting right next to you and is your bestie, you're just not going to feel like, oh my God, like, would your heart not be racing? Like, what? This is a coordinated attack. What's happening? And they're saying, like, admit it. Just admit it. You did this. And you're like, what? Like, seeing Mr. Krabs feeling like I'm on Lisa's side in terms of how she handled it because Heather...
I think Lisa needs to be thrown overboard for how she handled that. I thought that was so stunningly bad. I felt like that was
in her shoes, and I think Heather's in the right. I think Lisa did.
I also feel like anyone who's invested in Vita Tequila should divest immediately if that's how Lisa handles conflict. I think she might be the dumbest business owner I've ever heard of in my life.
But she's already having struggles.
Get this menace to society off my screen.
I just want everyone to know we sleep very peacefully together in bed. Lisa Barlow doesn't tear us apart. But I stand for her because I put myself in her shoes, and I can't imagine having someone tell me you did this thing, whether she did it or not. I'm not gonna.
I can only imagine reacting this way if I did it, and I know that I did it, and I can't defend myself.
And instead of her bringing Lisa into the room, she brought Whitney and she brought Meredith, so the intentions were not pure. And Heather kept saying, "I'm a good friend. I tell you to your face, blah blah blah."
I think the intentions were absolutely pure. The pure intentions are stopping someone who's doing bad shit and making sure they don't do it anymore. I think this is like we're playing D&D, and we see the big bad up in the castle, or someone who is up in a big tower with tons of money or whatever, like clearly doing bad stuff to a poor populace. and we go, well, I wonder how they feel up in the tower.
Oh no, I am brainwashed, but I know I am. Because I know she's been
horrible all season, and I think it takes us back to the conversation from last week when she does I can be a bull in a china shop, but you have to handle me like glass. No, you're a fucking asshole.
I know. I'm a part of the Lisa cult.
A bull. She is a Donald Trump wannabe, and not for nothing. She immediately resorts to shouting and crying. But at one point, when all your friends don't get along with you, you're not getting along with your husband. At what point are you going to look in the mirror? Like, you are obviously the problem. You just came out of having an issue with John straight into this. Like, nobody's on your side. What are you doing? At what point are you going to be the problem here?
So now you kind of see my point. She's spiraling. And
she's spiraling because she sucks. She needs to do some serious work on herself. And I do believe she did this stuff. I do believe she did this stuff.
I agree with it. I just don't think it was the right way to approach the situation because she's having a hard time with her husband. And
if you do something wrong, no one is responsible for how they approach it. If you're doing something bad, and I think we can be relatively certain that she is based on her highly suspicious behavior. Also, "You're lucky I even talked to any of you" line. Yes, girl, please quit. Please get off my show.
I do think though, like Heather was just not helping I guess it's not her job to make Lisa feel calm. And then Meredith also was trying to calm Lisa down. And, she was trying to talk to her, and Lisa literally goes, "I don't need to calm down right now."
Exactly.
And comes back to Heather and touches her face a few times. Touch Whitney's shoulders. All right, I guess I'm back on your side.
Got him again. but no, in all seriousness, I think Heather clocked it immediately. She goes straight to, she used the phrase, Lisa's throwing her weight around, which again, your friends come to you allegedly, even with something you don't like, and Meredith is trying to talk to you and talk you and talk you down. And she immediately is like, "You better have stood up for me," and this, that, and the third. She immediately, as soon as she is a little bit threatened, resorts to talking to people like her employees, including her man.
But I tie that to her EQ. She's not emotionally intelligent and doesn't.
I think when someone's that paranoid, I'm sorry, I assume, with the lawsuits and everything else, I am highly, highly, highly suspicious of Lisa. I do not think she's anything like Jen Shah or anything like that, but I do think she's a sketchy person.
Yeah.
I do think she's doing shady. I think she's doing shady stuff with her business, with her money, and with her friends, her alleged friends.
Well, you know what? I can't wait to see the perspective of the below deck down under folks for this one.
I'm also excited. Sorry. The Lisa saga from this episode drove me crazy.
We haven't even watched all of Watch What Happens Live yet either.
I know.
And I already started drinking the Kool-Aid. I watched the first 10 minutes. I'm like, oh, I feel bad for you, Lisa. But anyway.
If John doesn't, then I don't.
We'll see. Maybe he will. Well, that's enough for Real Housewives. I think our heart rates are beating too fast. But it is spooky week.
Yes,
Halloween's
it
in a
is.
few days. And you know what I'm so excited about is what Dorinda's doing on her socials.
What's Dorinda doing?
Her and Luann de Lesseps are living it up at Bluestone Manor right now.
Oh my God.
You should check out their TikToks. I'll make sure I link them in the description. But they're doing like dance videos with raps and stuff. Of course, Dorinda has like a costume every single day, a different one every day. It's iconic. She is Bravoine to me, and I can't wait.
Money can't buy you class, but money can buy you Bluestone Manor.
And class in this case.
Yeah.
And for our special report, just a few shows are premiering in a few weeks. So Surviving Mormonism premieres on November 11th. It's with Heather Gay, and it uncovers the dark history of the Church of the Latter-day Saints.
I'm sure Lisa's going to be pissed about that because it's talking bad about Mormonism.
I don't even, is she, they don't really talk about being Mormons anymore. It's kind of interesting.
Not anymore.
Super
I think it was a problem a few seasons ago.
That is actually one of the reasons I started watching, though. I liked being able to have Housewives be really real and uncover the bad parts of religion, and they just kind of stopped talking about it.
I got to be honest, I kind of like it better than that. I like that this is now two separate shows. A show that's about Mormonism and the issues with that, and then a show that's about very, very self-unaware women living in the Salt Lake City area.
Well, maybe they stopped because Secret Lives of Mormon Wives exists, and that's premiering November 13th, and I need you to watch it. I need you to watch this.
Is that a Friday?
Season. Never
mind, don't worry about it.
I think it's a Thursday.
There we go. Ooh, Southern Charm?
Yes,
Sorry,
and then
the
Southern
outline.
Charm returns November 19th. The trailer's already out.
Wow, I really took the wind out of your sails on that one. I'm sorry.
It's okay. I don't mind because I know you're excited about that. I really feel like Southern Charm is a super great, what's that word? Like a show to get people...
Gateway?
Yeah,
gateway show into the Bravo under 40
drug.
universe, even though now it's not even that.
But I watched the trailer today, and Craig has like romance between two different women. One's Sally and one's like this new
Get
girl.
that man off my screen also.
He's topless in it a few times.
Oh, no one cares. How do I like Austin more than Craig right now?
Because Paige isn't with him anymore.
That's true. That's valid.
But that's all we've got. So there's a ton of new premieres happening next month that I'm so excited about.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what? I'm just going to mention The Good Old Days by Haley Williams because it's just so good.
Yeah.
I started reading the Paralore earlier today that I didn't really know about. I didn't know like all of the ins and outs of Taylor and Haley's relationship. And The Good Old Days.
None of us do except Haley.
I don't know.
Okay.
I be on them Reddits, and a lot of people picked up on like Des Moines, like drops, and obviously the lyrics. If you listen to The Good Old Days and like look at the lyrics at the same time, you'll see that there's just so many little Easter eggs about their relationship. And knowing that Parachute was also like a drop after the initial Ego Death at the Bachelorette Party came out. She's just living her life to the fullest right now, doing whatever the fuck she wants, and I love it. It's Haley's world. We're just living in it, in my opinion.
Indeed.
All right, so that's all we got, saddies.
If you like what you heard on this show, please give us a follow at reality_emos on TikTok, on Instagram, on YouTube, and if it's on the other ones, don't. And we will see you next time.
Bye.